12 News at 10 starts now.
We begin this Sunday night at 10 o'clock with a tragic update to a story that we've been following for days near the Grand Canyon. Tonight, officials confirmed that a Gilbert woman has been found dead 3 days after being swept away in a flash flood. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra live tonight in the studio with the discovery, which is now turned into a recovery mission. Gabby.
Well, Jonathan, the search for Shanoa Nickerson came to a tragic end this morning after a group of people found her body in the Colorado River. The family of 33-year-old Shanoa Nickerson is grieving the loss of a Valley wife, sister, and daughter. Nickerson's family telling 12 News in part, Shanoa's light will forever be a part of all of us, and we will ensure that her spirit continues to shine brightly. Nickerson's body was discovered around 11:30 on Sunday morning, 3 days after she was swept away by a flash flood in Havasu Canyon. A group of people on a commercial river trip found her body about 20 miles downriver from where she first went missing. The Nickerson Wolters family thanking the search and rescue crews, saying in part, "We are profoundly grateful for their dedication and hard work, which have impacted us in ways words cannot express." Nickerson was with her husband at the time of the flood. He was able to be rescued by a group of rafters. The Arizona National Guard rescued more than 100 people after the severe flooding destroyed parts of Havasupai Creek, trapping hikers and campers beyond impassable trails.
The next steps are working with federal and state emergency management systems to come in, do an evaluation, and assess the extent of the damage, and then put a plan in place to begin repairing the campground, the trails. There was some damage to some of the homes in the buildings in Havasupai, and so there will be a long time of evaluation and cleanup.
And the National Park Service is investigating this incident. Havasupai is closed to tourists until further notice. Jonathan.
All right, Gabby, thank you so much. New details tonight in a murder that took place in the East Valley. 39-year-old Antonio Marquez Mora has been arrested. Mesa police tell us that when they got to the scene, they found a man with a gunshot wound this weekend. He died at the scene. Police say they searched the area and found Marquez Mora in a nearby parking lot. Investigators say he reportedly admitted to that shooting, but claimed it was an accident. Tonight, he's behind bars at the Maricopa County Jail on a second-degree murder. New at 10 o'clock tonight, a local Valley church is cleaning up after a fire overnight. It happened at the Alhambra Beloved Community Church in Phoenix on 19th Avenue and Glen Rosa. Phoenix Fire says it started in the gym, then quickly spread. Fire crews were able to get it under control. No one was hurt. Tonight, fire investigators trying to figure out exactly how it all sparked. New details tonight after a viral video from April shows two people damaging rock formations at Lake Mead. Two Nevada men have now been indicted and could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted. The two were first arrested and made their first court appearance on Friday. They both pleaded innocent. Authorities say the men pushed rock formations off a cliff, causing more than $1,000 in damage. Their trial date has been set for October 8th. In less than 12 hours, defendants in Arizona's fake electors case are expected to appear before a judge. 11 Arizona Republicans are charged with submitting a document that falsely declared that Donald Trump was the winner of the 2020 presidential election in Arizona. President Joe Biden won the state by about 11,000 votes. One defendant has already pled guilty. Charges against former Trump attorney Sidney Powell have been dropped in exchange for her testimony in the case. Now to Decision 2024, and the Harris-Walz presidential campaign has officially opened a 14th office here in Arizona. The latest office opening this afternoon in Sun City. It will host volunteer training sessions, recruitment events, canvas kickoffs, and more across the state. The first campaign office opened in Maryville. The 2024 presidential election just 71 days away. Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance said that former President Donald Trump would veto a federal abortion ban if it is passed by Congress. The Ohio senator says that Trump believes it's up to the states to decide what actions to take on abortion, not the federal government.
But can you commit, Senator, sitting right here with me today, that if you and Donald Trump are elected, that you will not impose a federal ban on abortion?
I can absolutely commit that.
Both Trump and Vance's position on abortion have evolved over the years. Trump's stance is that states should decide whether abortion should be legal or banned. Governor Katie Hobbs has proclaimed this week as John McCain Democracy Week. This coming Thursday would have been the late Arizona senator's 88th birthday, with today marking 6 years since his death after battling glioblastoma. McCain, known by many as the Lion of the Senate, the governor says that this honor recognizes him for his legacy in Arizona, along with his achievements, including fighting for freedom, human rights, and democracy. McCain is buried at the U.S. Naval Academy next to a lifelong friend. John McCain Democracy Week runs from today until August 31st. Also happening tomorrow, the proposed grocery store merger between Kroger and Albertsons will be heard in an Oregon court. The Federal Trade Commission previously blocked the supermarket chain's proposed merger, which would impact at least 100 grocery stores here in Arizona. The $25 billion proposal was considered one of the biggest supermarket mergers in American history. If the judge does side with the FTC and grants a preliminary injunction, it would delay that merger.